Let me get my life together. I know it's late. I know it's late. I know it's late. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, baby. Welcome to Orchids for Dummies. Okay, this is a place where you can get your life. This is no judgment zone. Mama is sorry about this lighting. I just want to make sure that you can see me. Now, I know it's late, so I won't be here with you guys all day. But first and foremost, I do want to, say something about what happened today. So, if you don't know, Fal Pal, hey, my husband, but Fal Pal Coroner, I call her Fifi. That was her name back in the day, Fal Pal Fifi. She has a channel on YouTube. It's called Coroner now. She's Canadian, French Canadian. And I mean, she's just awesome. She's my type of gal, honey. She's a foul gal. She's indoor in an apartment, honey. So she knows all the struggles that I go through with trying to maintain, an adequate growing environment for these spoiled Phalaenopsis orchids. So let me tell you what happened first. So I had woke up and before you get your coffee in, I don't know about you, but for me, before I get my coffee in, it's like I'm trying to, my hormones and stuff is not settled. So I'm likely to start crying or start snapping on you, darling, depending upon which one you give me first. So I'm checking my messages, my YouTube messages. That's normally what I do. I check my messages when I first wake up. And so I had, a substantial, increase in subscribers. So I was like, honey, what is the tea? Because it just did that. And I'm like, honey, where's all these subscribers coming from for somebody who ain't getting no views? Okay, okay, okay. So the people that was new subscribers, they was like, you need to go check out Corina. I'm here because of Corona. Fifi, I gotta call you Fifi. I don't know nothing about the Corona, honey. I don't know how to say it. I'm in the country, honey. We don't do all them syllables, okay? So we gonna stick with the two syllables. Fifi, here we go. But girl, they was like, go check out Fifi page. And then, before I could go check it out, Fifi had messaged me. When I say Fifi, I'm talking about Corner. Fifi had messaged me and she was like, come check out my page. I had said something really nice about you. I was like, what? Honey, I'm up here shaking, knocking stuff over, don't know what to do. I'm like, hold on, what? Wait a minute, not me? Not me? Okay, girl, okay, girl. Oh my God. So, Fifi, you really caught me off guard with that, honey. 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 If you don't know, honey, you see she already got one thumbs down. So we're not feeding into the negativity. I'm just going to show you how much I was not expecting this. And then you was like giving your best, honey. Mama had put on an outfit. Mama had her hair done, nails done. I'm talking about, honey, Fifi, I ain't never seen you look that good, honey. I mean, you looked good, honey. Honey, I turned bisexual for a minute, honey. Good God. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being here. I am Fal Pal Darrell. This is Orchids for Dummies. This is my hobby that I love to do. I believe in the saying, each one teach one. So I'm just trying to teach the girls what I already know, because my grandma said if you're not able to teach it, you don't really know it. So with that being said, I've been growing, a little over 2 years, going on 3 years next year in May. So I'm really excited about that. And so for to get recognized in such a way from someone that is on the level I'm trying to get to, someone that's in the same category as me, so we're competing for the same viewers. So it was like I just was, girl. I mean, I was just, girl, so taken aback. I was so touched. I was crying. I didn't know what to say. When you told me to go to your page and I had clicked on it and I saw that, honey, it was not like, no, hey, go check out Fab Pal the Real video, but you gave me a whole tributary, honey. Girl, I had to go put it on my television. Honey, I had to go watch it downstairs with my morning coffee, honey, and my cigarette. So my husband, he came downstairs and he was watching it with me. He didn't know, I didn't say anything. I was on mute. I could not say a word. So he was watching it with me. And my husband, he's supportive in the least amount of ways. So to hear someone, in another country to speak so highly of me, it really touched him in a very special way as well, and it brought increase into our marriage. I mean, this has been one of the best days for me of the year, because on top of you saying those kind words to me, my husband had something nice that he wanted to say to me. And I mean, it just kept going up and up. I mean, it was such a blessed and prosperous day. And I mean, I really did have a hard time, being in the moment, because I just was not expecting it. I was kind of like, I was just like, I'm doing my own little thing. I'm just keep doing it. I don't care if I don't get number 50 viewers, honey. I'm going to keep doing it for the 50 viewers that watch. So I was just so taken aback, and you really, really just touched my heart. So God bless you. Thank you so, so much for that. It has been added to my Fal Pal video collection. And I mean, I will always reverence your words. And I really hope that I am able to, build you up the same way that you build me up. And that is what it's all about in this community. We're loving on plants, and we're loving on creatures, and we're loving on orchids. And the whole purpose of that is, to get enough love inside of ourselves from all these beautiful blooms, and just to go out and be nice to someone else today. For instance, another, Fab Pal of mine that I look up to, Fab Pal Skinny Boy Randy. And he found a wallet with a driver's license, Social Security, and $1,500 in it. He gave that $1,500 back to him. Now, I'm not going to speak for me, but I'm going to say not everybody able to do that. And it's Christmas time, too. God. So, I mean, I was touched by his act of kindness. Like, I didn't even have anything to do with it, but just to see that that's someone that I call my friend, that's someone that's in my circle, that's another channel that's always speaking highly of me. It just really motivates me and, pushes me to take it to the next level, because, baby, Fab Pal Fifi, you articulated, our growing method so well. I didn't know how to. You even, articulated me and, explained me to the point where I was even able to understand. And I'm someone that's very ambiguous, darling. So, I mean, really, I commend you for that. So, if you don't know, like I said, 2 years, no. The only growing experience I had previous to growing orchids was growing my belly. Okay? So I had no growing experience. And that was my whole little niche, if you will, because everybody was already so experienced and they kept talking about they were beginners. And I'm listening to them and I'm like, you got to go back and watch this video just to understand what they're talking about now. Then when you go back to that video, you got to go back to another video, and you got to go back to another video, and you got to go back to another video. Girl, what are you trying to say to me? So, honey, and then people just got tired of all of the 30, 40, 50-minute videos. We just wanted the information. So it was the open availability. Now that we have Kamala Harris as our vice president elect, we're talking about representation now. We had no colors. It was no colors. Talking about orchids, honey. The only colors that we had was Maria Young and Fal Pal Blanca, which I mean, so I did it. I did it. And we all in our hearts and hearts want to be successful. But something that I ask myself and my fail pals all the time is how do you measure success? And I mean, girl, girl, I feel like I don't want an Emmy, honey. I don't feel like I want an Emmy. I mean, this woman got way more subscribers than me. I mean, and like I said, we're competing for the same viewers. So it's not like, she's talking about some of them orchids, I don't even know what they are. She's talking about Phalaenopsis. Boop, that's me. She's talking about indoors. Boop, that's me. Because, honey, these people with these greenhouses and these people with these grow rooms, y'all don't understand the struggles that we go through. You don't understand them. Girl, if I open up my closet, girl, my whole environment in the living room gonna change. And if you growing Phalaenopsis orchids, girl, they don't like that. They don't like all these changes. Okay? So Fal Pal, Fifi Corner, thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. I definitely will be talking about you more in my Monday motivation, so be looking out for that. But for everyone else, especially new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Orchids for Dummies, a place for new beginners. Well, I break it all the way down, honey. Orchids for Dummies, honey. We're not talking about caloric. We're not talking about velamin. We're not talking about psychosis. We're talking about roots. We're talking about sunlight. And we're talking about water, okay? That's what we're talking about on Orchids for Dummies. You know, the stuff that, a little bit of rain, a little bit of sunshine, honey. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So in this video, I wanted to share with you guys, in lieu of Christmas, in lieu of the incredible things that Fal Pal Fifi had to say about me, I wanted to show you guys some of my orchids in my collection, because in her video, she had stated that I'm very patient with my orchids, and that some of my orchids are, rescue orchids, if you will. And when I first started growing, I had a lot of people sending me their sick orchids. I don't know if it's just because they didn't want them anymore, if they wanted to see if I could revive them. I don't know. But the thing about me is not so much patience, but sentimental. Now, I will say, as far as blooming, I mean, almost every bloom you will see in my care is something that I have bloomed. Okay, and I'm going to be very excited about it because, talking about Fal Pal Fifi, which has a lot of orchids in water culture that is in bloom, I'm still getting the swing of it. I'm just now starting to fertilize my orchids, baby. So the only one that I did have one, okay, we talking about one. I did have one earlier this year that had rebloomed for me. I think she gave me like 4 new blooms or buds. And now I have this orchid right here. One moment, please. But I have this orchid right here that's in water culture, and she's in spite. And I mean, I want to be excited, but I can't be because she doesn't have roots. But because my Fal Pal said to let her do her thing, no, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I hate that I waited this long, because now that's like a substantial flower spike. And remember, we went through this last year where I had a Phalaenopsis orchid that was a rescue that had just started growing roots and just started growing a leaf, and she was on the up and up. But unfortunately, I had foul pals to tell me, but I learned the hard way that Phalaenopsis orchids, they can't do multiple things at one time. Now, that's, I know it's some girls that's gonna be like, yes, they can. Girl, I can only tell you about my growing experience, honey. You show me the video and we can talk. But here on Orchids for Dummies, the proof is in the pudding. Okay. Earlier this year, the matter of fact, the orchid that did this is not even no longer with us. We actually lost that orchid this year. And this is the orchid that I really don't want to lose. I just really hate I let the flower spike grow this long because I mean those could have been roots that she was growing, but I'm gonna cut it off either tonight or tomorrow. If you can look at her root system, I mean it's I don't she's not in a great condition to bloom. Not to me. If I cut the flower spike, and you know I got videos to back up everything that I say, but if I cut the flower spikes, she will go dormant, you know, for a moment, and then she will start picking back up. And once she does bloom, after she has produced new leaves and new roots that are substantial, she will give me quite the show. And that's what I want, quite the show. So that is one of the orchids that was gifted to me. Let's look at this baby right here, which is a Bellina orchid. Let me put this one back real quick. Oh, Jesus, it's a no judgment zone. I've been watering all day. I'm still watering. I could go show you real quick. But I'm actually still watering my orchids now. And so after I get through watering my orchids, then I'll be, you know, cleaning up and stuff and getting ready for Monday. That's my Oncidium that is soaking. It is raining here in Alabama, so that is another reason that it took me so long to, you know, respond in a way that you really deserved. Fab Pal Fifi. Once my husband and I got through going out, you know, getting us some dinner and stuff, and enjoying our day celebrating. I had to once I got home, it had just started raining, and honey, mama needed to fill the rain buckets because when it rains, that is when I would have the opportunity to make my foliar feed that you was talking about. And girl, that is only something I really do in the winter. Like I said, you open up your door and those cold drafts come in like a mighty Russian wind. I don't know what I did with it, and I'm about to make some more. But you know, I have it in a little spray bottle like this, and I've said it in previous videos. But you know, over at Danny's Orchid Journey, she just made a video about Phalaenopsis, about how they breathe at night. This is it. How they breathe at night and early in the morning when they do their gas exchange. That is what you want. And that is when I foliar feed. So first thing when I wake up, and you know, that's the last thing I do before I cut off all lights and get ready for bed. I do just like this. And I mean, honey, and just keep it going. That's it, honey girl. So, honey girl, the hardest thing really with the foliar feed is, you know, I use rainwater. So when you mix the the foliar spray, you're using a whole gallon of rainwater, and the way that you mix it, you can only use it as a foliar feed. You cannot, you know, fertilize your orchids in that solution. So it's really a waste of good rainwater, and I have to really like ration my rainwater. Or to we can, you know, maybe to in the winter is when I do it, and I'm really doing it for my orchids and water culture. And thank you for saying that. I keep my glasses or my water clean. That was actually what else I had to do today when I got back home with my from my husband. I had to come home and hurry up and change out their water because I wanted to be able to collect more rainwater for them. But this is actually fish aquarium water from this aquarium that I cleaned all of my aquariums yesterday, and this is the cleanest aquarium that I have, although it has the most fish in it. These fish are very clean. If you can see the bottom of the glass, it's not poop and stuff everywhere, and it's even two filters. So if I'm going to, in my opinion, still experiment, it's still an experiment for me with fish aquarium water. Then I wanted to go ahead and give it to my babies in water culture. So this is actually another Phalaenopsis that was given to me for my birthday by Vanessa. She's Auntie Vanessa to us that is in the group. We actually had a couple of your subscribers, Fifi, to join our Facebook group. So we're really excited about that. But this was my birthday orchid that she had gifted me with from Norman. And it was in a really bad condition. It had no roots. So, Fifi, I really appreciate you saying that I'm the type of channel that is basically like your first step. And that's not to say that you're unable to, help new beginners with water culture, but it's hard for, they get a little discouraged because, girl, I looked at your orchids and, girl, like the roots is, girl, my roots, girl, your roots, girl. And it's so crazy. And that's what's so exciting and so fun about growing, orchids is it's so many different ways that you can grow them. And I mean, it's so fun. It's just, that's what I love about it. Because, baby, Fab Pal Fifi, she gives her orchids dry days where they're just dry. The only time I let mine dry completely is when I've cut off a root or, yeah, that's it. If I cut off a root. If I don't cut off a root, or if I'm not spraying them with Fizan or nothing like that. And I do use Fizan now, Fab Pal Fifi. But I haven't been really dealing with a lot of mold because now when I change the water in my orchids, I rinse off their roots with tap water. And as I'm rinsing off the roots, I'm feeling for mushy roots or, roots that isn't viable. And I just pull off that decaying matter. And that is what was causing that mold. In addition to, I really believe, well, no, I'm not going to say believe. Also, in addition to, that mold situation, like I said, what type of glass container that you keep them in is going to play a major part, keeping down that mold as well. Now, I'm not turning this into a water culture, tutorial, but just speaking on some of the things that Fab Pal Fifi said, I wanted to show you like this orchid right here. You can see that it's like sitting in water, and that's only because I just introduced it to water culture. That's a whole different story, but blah 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 yabba dabba dabba. So what keeps me from having mold is you see the bottom of it, just making sure that the bottom is pretty much not in this type of setup. But so this is what I don't do. But this is a orchid that I'm just introducing to it. So until I see, new root production, she'll stay like this because she might drink the water up too fast and I'll come back and girl, it be gone. My orchids be drinking the water. I don't know if yours drinking the water, but girl, I come back and especially this when I come back, girl, the water gone. Girl, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I like to have my orchids anywhere from like this. You can see I'm going off of, the bottom of it, that right there, that black thing. As long as that is, close to the water enough to, keep it moist, but not soggy. like this right here, this is perfect because, in the next couple of days, it will actually be below this. But anything up above it, like that matter right there, that decaying matter, if that was submerged into water, boom, there go that snow mold. So that's how I really keep it down without even using that Fazan. But every now and then you will have that one orchid that is just going to give you complete drama, honey, complete drama. So next up, like I was talking about my Fab Pal Fifi, this is my Bellina Orchid that she had gifted me with, and this is my only Bellina Orchid, and I had wanted one for so long, and I put it in her type of setup, which is a clay pot, but this is a clay pot that I actually made myself. Mama makes clay pots, honey. And you see all this white stuff on the outside. That is actually why I don't really care for clay pots. But I wanted to, commemorate my dear Falpel because this is an orchid that she has given me. And if you go to her channel, honey, Mama has all the blooms, honey, blooms galore. So, honey, let me see what she's doing. Now this flower spike, you can see twice it has dried out because this pot, it just dries out so fast. I just got through watering, that's why it's wet now. But girl, in 2 days, if 2 days at the most, it'll be bone dry. And I'm trying not to let it be bone dry. So I've been watering orchids, girl, every day now. And normally I water them once or twice a week, but now that I'm watering them every day because of learning from Fab Pal Danny. Oh, did I show you the roots? You see those roots? Look at those roots. Look at those. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Yes, honey. Yes, mama. And yes, mama, that's my jewel orchid. Let me show you guys really quick. This isn't a gift, but I'm so tired of people talking about jewel orchids, and I'm like, I done had a jewel orchid all year. And so, unfortunately, I did not know that she was supposed to be potted in soil. I had her in bark, I had her in moss, and she was not going for it. I was giving her, the care that we give Phalaenopsis orchids. And someone on YouTube, I mean, not YouTube, on Facebook told me that it's supposed to be in potting soil. And I was like, oh, so it's supposed to been blooming, honey. It's supposed to been blooming for a very long time. This is another orchid that was gifted to me. And my son, Orchids and Gardens, including more, I hope that you are still here since we are talking about these Brassavolas nodosas. So, Fel Pal Brian from Artwork Orchids and Beekeeping gifted me with this nodosa earlier this year. He gave it to me for my birthday in February. And he gave it to me on a mount, and that mount was not working for me. I potted her up, and I've seen, a lot of success. She's been growing these little, I don't know what this called, grass, canes, stalks, I don't know, but she's been growing these new growths. Okay. Good morning, Eunice. I was hoping that I, waited long enough for you to get on here when I'm on here. But yeah, so this is my Nodosa. I have brought her downstairs. I had her upstairs in a bright window, and she was just now, she said she was going to bloom. But she's been like this for, about 2 months. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Eunice. I'm sorry. I'm going to be up all night, too, watering orchids and, getting ready for tomorrow. I have to record, a video for tomorrow. But anyway, some new growth right here. And like I said, I don't know if she's going to bloom or not. I think she gave up on blooming. I don't know why, but I mean, you see, Fab Pal, Jesus, it's been like this forever. It's been like this forever. And so all of these new canes was grown in my care. I mean, she's done very well, but she's growing but not blooming. But, I have a son on I have a son on in my Facebook group. That's him right here, Orchids and Garden. And you know, like I said, it's each one teach one. Now, this is someone that is 15 years old, and he is teaching me about this Super Thrive. He has had that same orchid. That was his first orchid, and he had it for 2 years, and it did not bloom, and it grew to be very, very massive. And so, I mean, that baby could not get it to bloom. And so he got him some Super Thrive. And, I don't even think it was a month, but maybe like 2 weeks later, now it's like in spike. So I got to get me some of that Super Thrive. I got to get some. So, okay, orchids that people gave me. Orchids that people gave me. This right here is let's look at all that. Okay, take all of that in first. Take it in. Let me bring it to the light, Carol Ann. Let me bring it to the light, Carol Ann. Let me bring it to the light. Honey, yes, this is what mama lives for. This is a Kiki that I was blessed with from my Orchid Society member here in Alabama. And, she has come a long way. I've had her for a year, a little over a year, and she's come a long way. This beautiful long little leaf right here, but this is what I want. This is the epitome of what I want. Do you see those veins in the leaves? Honey, that is strong cell walls. You see it, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you want your leaves to look like, strong, like Rick Eel orchids, honey. And so I'm happy with this. I'm so used to not having blooms to where that's where I get, my patience for orchids from. I'm just used to not having blooms. And so, honey, where I come from, you got to take care of what you already got. That's what you got to do. And so I'm just want to give shout out to Fair Pal Diana, because I cannot take any type of credit for my growing method in water culture, not this right here, okay, but water culture. Fair Pal Diana from Diana's Orchids. She is the one that actually taught me how to leave my orchids in water 24/7. So please check out her channel, keeping it up. But can you see the difference between, oh, you can see it in here too. It's just not as prominent. But these are strong, healthy leaves, honey. This is what you want. Look at, girl, this is like an 8-pack. You got to think of it as muscles, because this is what as like our arteries. The cleaner our arteries and the healthier our heart is, the faster we could pump blood and oxygen all throughout our body, without getting tired and exhausted. And so the very same thing is going to be for your Phalaenopsis orchids. Now, me personally, as far as growth, I really love, my potted Phalaenopsis orchids. And before I put this pot back, this is also an example. Okay, this was just a prototype. The ones that I sell looks a lot better than this, but this is a prototype of the pots that I make. And as you can see, you don't have all that white substance on the outside. So that is why Mama is making pots, because I'm able to do clay pots, because clay pots have a lot of benefits, and that's going to be a video to come. But I just wanted you to be able to see this pot versus the one with all this ooey and gooey and that stuff all on my hands. Look, it's a. Can you see it? Now, who wants that on their hands? I'm somebody that always biting my nails. So what I look like with clay pot in my mouth. So I just don't really. I don't really care for clay pots, but like I said, it's a lot of benefits to them. But this right here, honey, that's not cute. That's not cute. That's not cute. That's cute, you know, in a greenhouse, but that's not cute in your apartment now. Come on now, come on. So when you get them how I made them, honey, you know, with the paint, you don't have to worry about, you know, all that ooey and gooey. You don't have to worry about that ooey and gooey. Okay? And Fab, and I mean, Mama's done. This is another orchid that was given to me by Fab Pal. Look at this, honey. Y'all gotta get y'all some candles, and I got the candles going. You know, it got the little plants on it. Okay, honey, it's just giving me life. It's giving me life. And if you stay long enough, I'll let you see my fish and stuff. You know, it's been a minute since we did a sip and see. I'm sorry, honey. I've been working on my marriage. So this is a Phalaenopsis orchid that was given to me by Fal Pal Lisa in my Facebook group Fal Pal. And this orchid definitely deserves an award because, girl, if you could believe it or not, I have had this orchid since the summertime and these things have not fallen off. You know, why my orchid had black spot on the leaf. Well, it could be several reasons, but if it's something that is, you know, that has recently happened to you, like in the winter season, then it's going to be because you left a droplet, honey. That's all it takes. And I got it in my phone. I wish I could show it to you, but just a droplet of water, honey, a droplet. I'm talking. You know how I showed you how I was misting. You know, if I was excessively misting and it accumulated to a drop, or if I misted it real close and it accumulated to water, then that's all it takes, a drop. So, specifically for your windowsill orchids because it's cooler, and if you don't have um, um, winterized windows, that cold air will come and, you know, cause problems with your Phalaenopsis orchid. So let's say you just got through watering and you have a droplet of water on the leaves and it gets that cold into it. That is what will happen. um i'm trying to I'm trying to find some. I'm the honey. I try to do better. That's why you see my orchids down here, in front of a fan. You know, making sure all of that excess water is dried off before I put it back into its location. But that's all it would take. Even something like this, if the leaf was still wet and you placed it on the windowsill, which is very cold in the winter, this is cold damage. It's not a variegated leaf, I promise you. I know it looks like it, but it's not a variegated leaf. But I don't see anything to show you. But I know what you're talking about. And, you know, most often, especially around this time, if you have that to happen to you, it was just a droplet of water left on your leaf and it got cold. And as long as it's not spreading, if it's spreading, you need to do some slicing and dices and herbs and spices, okay? But if it's not spreading, just leave it alone because that's something that is common. And that is actually why, you know, I was so enthusiastic about, you know, having that strong seal walls because, you know, that these type of leaves are going to be a preventative measure because they're so strong. Water is not going to be able to just penetrate it because it sat there and was stagnant for too long, if you understand what I'm saying. So, moving on along, this is another orchid that was given to me by Fel Pal Brian at Artwork Orchids and Beekeeping. As I said, you know, my potted Phalaenopsis is going to be my favorite growing method. Oh, you got to do some slicing and dicing. If you don't do slicing and dicing, life with 6 kids, if you don't do slicing and dicing, oh. See, I'm so goofy. Now, this is not a Phalaenopsis, but this, okay, and I don't wish nothing bad on you. but I was, I'm an advocate. I'm a orchid minimalist. I believe in letting the orchid figure it out by itself. And that black mold and black rot is unfortunately just something that the orchid is not going to be able to fight off. This is what is going to eventually happen. This orchid has had that for 6 months, and I would say about 60% of the orchid has died, and it's just very, very sad. This is an orchid that I have had 2 years, and as it is raining outdoors, that is what happened to this. It was outdoors in the summertime, and unfortunately, I had an orchid sitting on top of it. What? Not sitting on top of it, but hanging from above, and it was dripping water on it. It was dripping water on it, and the water just caused it to have black rot, and it's just gone from there. And bark stays too wet. This is actually, Eunice, I keep telling you, this is that Imperial Blend, honey, from repotme.com, honey. Honey, they say all of this stuff not supposed to happen when you use repotme.com. That's only a layer of moss on top, because when I purchased it, it had a lot of roots that was still above the media. And so I just covered those excess roots with the media. I want to save this orchid, but I'm scared because, girl, just keep me lifted in prayer. It's like one or two, maybe two. I don't know how to cut and slice all of this, but I'm gonna try one day. I mean, it's taken a very long time to die, so that has motivated me to, give it a little bit more care. But I definitely know what you're talking about. Now, if you're talking about something like this, but you said it's spreading, so you definitely know what you're talking about. You definitely know it's like black mold or black rot. You see this, something like this without a ring around it. This is just, a droplet of water. Normally in the summertime, that's what you would deal with in the summertime. It would just be a small sunburn, you see. And that comes from me misting my Phalaenopsis orchids. The Oncidium is not, something that I really am aiming to fertilize by foliar feeding. But it was in the way. It was in the way. It was in the way. But if you have brown, that's a whole different video. We're not trying to get into all that. But okay, orchids I was gifted with. Fel Pal, your niece. This is your baby. I need some advice. Yes, honey, since I got you here, honey, let me get some advice. And since you want to give all this advice, give me advice about the orchid that's named after you. How about that? How about you be a father to your orchid? Okay? How about that? Leave Brian, leave the other people orchids alone, honey. It's under control. But I need you to tell me how to make this orchid bloom. What is the tea? What's the tea, honey? So this is my first Dendrobium kiki. This is, I mean, it's the same orchid. This is the new cane. So I was real happy. I'm like, okay, it's growing a new cane. This is the original, pseudobulb or bulb cane, whatever it is. And is doesn't that look healthy enough or big enough? And does it supposed to be skinny down here, or is it skinny because I had it staked up and it wasn't able to push any nutrients down? I know you can't tell, but she really has a massive root system beneath all of this. She was mounted. This is the Dendrobium from my mounted video. And I told you I could not do the mounting. This is another example of, just a little black spot that is a sunburn. But like I said, this is what happens in the summertime. In the winter, it turns into, black rot when it gets to spreading. But if it's just something like this that's not spreading, perfectly fine. But as you can see, Eunice, it even has happy sap. Like, why is it not blooming? What is the tea? And does it supposed to be doing this, or is it bugs living up under the leaves? Like, what's going on, Eunice? Is a fungus, but no need to worry. Okay, how do I get it to? It is supposed to be skinny at the base. That's weird. Oh, I see some new roots being developed. See, I've been watering more because those clay pots, they dry out really fast. The orchid that Falpel Danielle gave me, I showed you how it kept drying out, and I kept not being able to have any buds to be produced. And so it prompted me to, start watering more and more. So, and I talked to all of my fail pals in my group that is having all of this great success with their orchids, and they are literally watering every day. So that has me watering every day, and I'm seeing a lot of improvement in my orchids. But I don't want you guys to go out watering your orchids every day. Wait till I give you the video telling you how to do it, okay? Because honey, I used to think that too. Oh, let me get the watering every day. I gotta water every day because I got a clay pot that's drying out every day. But the benefit, just one of the benefits, without going into detail, is I do get to fertilize it more. And because I get to fertilize it more, it's going to be stronger and stronger and, more and more healthy because it's getting all of those nutrients. You see those strong seal walls? Honey, come on. That's a strong orchid. And I want her to bloom because she smells like starburst. So, Eunice, let me see what else you're talking about because I'm trying to see why is it not blooming. Give the Dendrobium another year. Honey, I think it's already 2 years old. It probably doesn't have any roots left. I don't know what you're talking about, but your Dendrobium has roots, baby. I'm telling you. I mean, this thing has nothing but roots. It's roots coming out of the pot. And it's roots coming all out of the pot. Honey, I promise you, honey, she has nothing. What you think holding her up, honey? Honey, she has nothing but, oh, the cat Leah. Honey, that's why I'm scared to do it. I don't even know what the roots gonna look like. I don't know if it's bugs in the pot. I don't know. All I know is I gotta go outside to, break it and look into it. People are going to be outside. I already know I'm going to be screaming and hollering. And it just don't seem like, mm-mm. So speaking of, let me make sure you ain't say nothing. You trying to help somebody else? I need you to help me. Why is this Dendrobium not blooming? I mean, she got happy sap and everything. What is? I can't keep taking care of somebody that's not doing nothing. Honey, I wish you could come over for a few hours too. But anyway, so this orchid right here deserves an award because it has been like this, since coronavirus came out. This orchid has been dormant for, I mean, I've never seen, I mean, oh, I really have seen an orchid dormant this long. So not just yet. So not just yet. But all the roots did. But I just can't believe she's been dormant for so long. I mean, no new roots. I don't really like to do anything to an orchid or for an orchid until it gives me some type of growth. I have been foliar feeding her, and maybe once a month or so, I would go ahead and soak this media into some fertilized water. I believe, I don't know. And I mean, I just can't believe how long she has not done anything. And normally, I mean, the stalks are even intact. That's what I'm like really surprised. Like even she even still like who does that? Normally they would at least eat the flower spike, but honey, mama is just shook. She is shook. And I mean, I just can't believe she's not doing nothing. I will say I have had an orchid, for 6 months in my care. that did not do anything. And but when I have orchids that's dormant for any amount of time, and they can be, I put them outside for that swinging temperature, but it's too cold for that right now. That would completely, put her in shock. So hold on. This is a Kiki from, Fal Pal Diana from Diana's Orchids that I was just talking to you about. This is aquarium water. It's the cleanest aquarium water that I had in my care. Um, and I believe she has gone dormant. She's growing roots, but she's growing them very slowly compared to how fast she normally grows. So I think she might be going dormant. Let me see what every orchid you buy is out of season, so it needs to adjust first and take that and can take a long time. Yeah, I agree. Fal Pal, Eunice. That's why I just explained to you the orchid that was sent to me has been sitting over there for 6 months, and I only do things to my orchids once they show me new growth. And so, honey, she been sitting over there for 6 months. So, honey, trust and believe, honey. Mama lets the girls acclimate. Okay, she lets the girls acclimate because mama don't want to do nothing to them. Honey, I could show you half of my orchids is still in the plastic containers. Cause honey, mama ain't trying to. Okay, mama ain't trying to. If they got a good thing going, honey, let them get their life. Let them get their life. Cause honey, I will say, it's a 50-50 chance that some of them will go dormant when I repot them. I used to be so quick to repot my orchids when I get them, but bad stuff would happen. So now I just really take my time, as you said, and make sure that they really get a good chance to acclimate. You can rotate them in the population. Honey, I ain't Now you double talking. You just said wait. Now you saying repot them the same day you get them. That's not giving them time to acclimate, honey. Look at that humidity. It's winter time. I have the heat on, and you see this humidity, honey, 67 degrees. So ultimately, with the method of water culture, growing in an apartment, having these, they were saying just have a glass of water next to your orchid to give humidity. So I'm like, well, girl, why not just do water culture? So all between all of my orchids and water culture and my fish aquarium, that is providing adequate humidity indoors, even with the heat on. Honey, last year mama was boiling water and everything. So anyway, let me go on here and get through showing y'all my gifted orchids so I can let y'all up out of here. So this is another Kiki that was given to me by Fal Pal Diana. Okay, the one that taught me how to keep my orchids in water 24/7. These are Kiki's. Okay, this came off of her orchids in water culture. I am so proud of my orchids. Look at these walls, honey. Honey, they are flexing tonight, baby, in this fish aquarium water. They are flexing. Come on, clean water. Come on. But she just grew this new leaf. And like the other one, they're growing roots, but they have really, slowed their growth down. I would say by 50%. They're still growing, but they're growing really, really slow versus, how they grow in the summertime. So I'm mixing up their fertilizer, trying to see how they respond. This Phalaenopsis back here was given to me by my mom for my birthday. It was just at Ice Orchids. I'll show you all of this stuff in the update video because that's what's coming from me next. That orchid back here is another one that my mom had given me for my birthday, a just add Ice Orchid. Hold on, honey. Hold on. I think I'm getting there, honey. I'm getting there. Hold on. Let me get my cup. Let me get my drink, honey. Let me take a sip, honey. You see I had to come up out the head, honey. I got hot, honey. Oh, okay. I still got a lot of orchids from Fair Pal Danielle. I'm just put you up right here for right now, baby Eunice. Okay, I'm gonna put you right there. Um, I paid for it, but Fal Pal Blanca from Orchid Diva, she picked out this Cattleya for me. This is my second Cattleya. Hey, y'all gotta stop all that noise. Them hamsters. But it's so beautiful. I'm gonna let you guys see it in a video. It's the only bloom I have in my home right now. The bloom that it's gone. It's gone. So anyway, this is another Phalaenopsis orchid that was a rescue Phalaenopsis that was given to me by Fal Pal Danny at Danny's Orchid Journey. Okay. And I love it. Okay. Look at all of this purple. Look at those strong cell walls, honey. I mean, I've had her for a year now. And when she's been knocked over quite a few times. So other than that, I mean, look at it, honey. This is what I love, honey. This is what I love, honey. Purple. Yes, honey bun, honey bun, honey bun, mama. Yes, mama, 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 mama. This is a no ID phalaenopsis, by the way. So that was. Hold on. This was given to me by Fal Pal Danielle. It's a healthy orchid now. She has, good roots, good leaves. I believe she'll bloom for me, spring or summer. If not, then oh well. You see that flower spike. I'm really excited about this Phalaenopsis because it has beautiful, beautiful blooms. It's a no ID, but it has beautiful, beautiful blooms. Beautiful blooms. Let me see. Yeah, it's just 10:30 here. It's still Sunday. Fal Pal Eunice, it's still Sunday. This was given to me by Fal Pal Blanca. This is something she paid for, and she said to call it Little Diva. It has never bloomed for me, but you can see it's on the right track. And she said it had purple blooms, and so we just waiting on her to, do what she does. But she's, well established in the pot, healthy orchid. She's a happy camper. This was. Did I buy this or did somebody get this to me? I don't know, but this is a good version of my pot. You can see none of that white ooey and gooey in the roots. I'm trying to tell you, your Phalaenopsis roots will love it, honey. So if you want you a pot like this, colored or not, honey, everybody don't put, different size holes in it, honey. Everybody don't make it cute like me. Orchids, the number 4, dummies at Gmail, baby. Send me a message. I'll send you pricing and things of that sort. This was a orchid that was given to me by my Orchid Society. Half of the orchids that I have, it might even be more than half, but half of the orchids I have was given to me because I'm sentimental. I love orchids that someone gave me because it will grow with me. That love will, grow with me. Um, This Oncidium I purchased, but I purchased it because, Uncle Rick Eel from Rick Eel's Orchids told me to purchase it. So this is what it looks like now, Eunice. It still has that dead pseudobulb on it. But what is so interesting because you told me, to cut it off, slice and dice and herbs and spices. Hold on, let me cut the fan off. Um, so the mm, I see the numbers moving. I see 3 people, so yeah, I'm probably back. Most of the people. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this internet, but all I can tell you is I'm with Verizon. I'm with Verizon, honey, and Verizon supposed to have the best services, and honey, you saw what just happened. So I'm scared to sit back on the floor again. Hold on. So as I was saying, Eunice, it has 4 pseudobulbs. I don't see any type of spikes. The only thing that came close to a spike is that right there. And I just think that's a root. You can't. Crazy is this is the pseudobulb. It has sunken in. I tried to get it to plump back up, but it just won't. But what is so crazy is this pseudobulb right here, which was dead and shriveled up, honey. She is starting to plump back up. She's starting to plump back up. This thing, I thought it was dead, and it's plumping back up, honey. So, like you said, Eunice, I'm really excited for her to bloom as well. This is my first Oncidium Golden Wildcat. Okay, Star, honey. That's her name. So I'm real excited. And Fab Pal Heath at Heath, I mean, yeah, Heath Trees Epiphytes, he really helped me. This bug will cause problems or that one? I don't know. I don't know. I was going to replace the mouse, but you said that if it's growing, leave it alone. So, I mean, I'm leaving it alone. I do know that they do like, a higher pH than Phalaenopsis orchids. So maybe because the moss is broken down and becomes so acidic, it actually is liking it, perhaps. Because that's where most of the new roots is. I don't know, but it's a happy camper. I'm very proud of, proud of it, proud of, Fab Pal Heath for helping me out and encouraging me, not fussing at me like my husband Eunice is, honey. I ain't got nothing but fussing to do. This is another orchid that was given to me by Fab Pal Danny at Danny's Orchid Journey. And um, I don't want to say any provocative words, but this orchid right room. But we gonna pray for her because this honey, she probably give me double spikes, triple spikes, and everything, honey. I think I need to refill my glass. I do. Let me refill my glass and see if I got any more orchids somebody gave me. That somebody gave me. Um, she did not purchase it. Oh, she didn't pick it out either. So yeah, yeah, that would not be on topic. She did not pick this one out, but this is named after Rick L's wife, Jan. This is my first patio petalum. From my famous patio petalum video. She's still with us, honey. Honey, as long as they growing, I mean, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna do my best. As long as it's not any ooey and gooey and all of that stuff, okay? I think the orchid that I'm about to show you, oh, I can show you this real quick. This was given to me by Fab Pal Lisa as well. It's a rescue Phalaenopsis orchid, and Lisa was doing very well with it. And she's doing okay, but she's still trying to get used to me. She's still, it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute, honey. It's gonna be a year or two, honey, or three, honey. But I'm appreciative of the orchid. And so the only orchids that I really save now is, something that somebody sent me. Because every time I get an orchid and, name it after, somebody that's passed on, a memory plant, honey, it just dies. It just dies. So I don't know why a lot of people just left. So let me go ahead and show you. I don't know if somebody gave me that or if I paid for it. But I definitely know that this one is close to the end. I don't see any orchids. But that was a lot of orchids. So, okay, whoever is still with me, Crystal, I should have known. I love you to pieces. Fab Pal Danny gave me this orchid. It was a rescue orchid. And I just don't understand. This has the most leaves and roots in my entire collection. And it has never rebloomed for me. I've had it for a whole year. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me make sure it's none hidden under here because sometimes she has 10 leaves. And I mean, girl, why is it no blooms, honey? She has adequate roots. I did just have to repot her because I knocked her over. But I mean, she's well established. I don't understand what. What are you talking about? A whole year? I've had this for a year. Look at it. It definitely has roots and leaves. Normally, when it has roots and leaves, it's supposed to bloom. Oh, Fal Pal from earlier. Do you see this droplet right here? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on, I can't even see for myself, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. These two droplets right here can drop down into the crown and kill the whole orchid just like that. You wouldn't even know what happened. So it's real important, to make sure, especially in the winter. In the summertime, it's not that bad. But in the winter, please, make sure that your orchids is drying all the way out because, it could potentially kill it. You just said that you have an orchid knocking on death's door. Well, Fam Pals, do you got anything else that you want to say to me? Because I do believe that those are all of the orchids. I did say something about this one, right? My physician office gave this to me. It lost 2 leaves today. Oh, I see a new root trying to come out. That's what's so crazy. With that fish aquarium water, you can see it, not that white bulge, but right above it. Anyway, it ain't came out, so it doesn't count. But I think that I was having bad success with this is because the way that it's made, the stem of it would always be dry and the roots would be in. And so, anyway, that's a whole different video. But I've had this orchid, honey, for a year or two, probably two. And, honey, I have not gotten it to do any more than this. I mean, I have, but then I knocked it over. Every time I have an orchid, doing good on the up and up, I end up knocking it over and it just goes downhill. Oh, I'm sorry. This is another orchid that was given to me by Fal Pal Brian, but honey, I can't do this. I can't water stuff every day. I can't do it. I can't do it. But you need, let me show you this because, going back to mounting because of the clay pots having me watering every day. And and I'm trying to water my vandals every day. So I am trying to mount stuff. But I've seen my share of stem rot. I have more yeah. I've had more crown rot than stem rot. Because I always get the toothbrush with the stems. But Eunice, you'll be so proud of me. This is I mounted this myself, and I have been trying my best to water it every day, and the roots have attached to it finally, and it's growing some. Let me put it in some better light. It is growing some new roots. You see them. You see those new roots. And all of these are kikis. At night, humidity goes ways up. All of these are, kikis from my dendrobium. Keep a fan running. It is. I turn it on hot at night because I do that misting and I want to make sure I don't have any droplets, up. It's really pouring down outside. Do you want to see? It's so nice and calming. And I'm collecting my rainwater. Now, let me show you. Let me show you. Well, it's just you and Crystal watching. So y'all already know. But, honey, once I open this door, and especially, with this bloom right here, this is how I lost my blooms last season. Not this time. That's when the bugs got it. But that one right there, honey, it was in sheath, and I had it too close to the window, and it was the window seal was, really, really cold, and it was a vent up below it, and it didn't like. I don't. I love you. I don't want you to order, honey. Yes, honey. Collecting it while it's good, honey. It's pouring down. And if you guys, if you need me to make a video about collecting clean rainwater, let me know. I'll share my secrets with you. Um, I guess I'll let you go because if Crystal going, I'm so confused. It's 20 degrees, so I have to put a heater on to keep it warm. So I'll put a fan on and turn off the humidifier. It's 20 degrees, so I have a no. I don't know what you mean, Fab Maria. But this is, very adequate for indoors. It's actually very good. You want to have at least 50%, but 65 is incredible. So, oh, you gotta go to school. Okay, I'm finna let y'all go. I ain't talking about nothing. I mean, I just showed you all of my orchids. We done had a good time. I am about to refill my wine glass and, talk to Fab Pal, your niece, and see what he is up to. Show him some more of my orchids. It's okay. Good night. Your niece too. Oh man, I put my cocktail. Okay, it's not froze yet. We will. You about to water your plants. That's a good time to listen to somebody talk while you watering your plants, because I'm watering mine too. I'm refilling my glass and frozen margaritas. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Finish off the night in a good way. But that was all of my orchids. Is there anything that good night, good night. Eunice, is there anything else that you would like to see, darling? Let me show you some of my orchids upstairs that, really is my outdoor orchids. But I just not had any time. Some of them you might not even know I got. So, and it's a no judgment zone. Okay, it's a no judgment zone. Like I told you, I'm still cleaning up. And Eunice, if you still here, honey, okay, now I need this. These are the orchids I need your advice for, okay? This is my beautiful Vanda. She has those beautiful red blooms. Okay, Eunice. Okay, now these are orchids I'm asking you questions about, so help me. She has those beautiful red blooms. And it's a lot of girls, in the streets that is cutting up their orchids because I believe Orchid Room, I don't know, Annabelle, somebody is going around cutting the orchid, looking for a ring on the inside and talking about some type of disease. So normally this is the time when she reblooms, and she has not rebloomed indoors. She did rebloom this summer, you saw that, but she normally blooms in December as well, and it's no spikes, no nothing. And so you see how this is, honey, this just does not look cute. So I'm wondering, is it sick? I mean, is it something I need to do that I did not do? Oh, okay, okay. Well, all right. I like that. I like a surprise, okay? And I'll talk about that in 1 second when I get to my other vendor. But do I need to cut this off? Or because she bloomed, and you see she's growing a new leaf. I'm gonna get there. Eunice. But what works for me is having them in pots. Okay. I don't know if you saw the one downstairs, but I have one downstairs potted, and this is the first one that I potted, and it was a good success. Now, bare root, I am experimenting, so I actually do have two new vandas that are bare root. I've had these since the summertime. I did not get a chance to share that with you guys, but I'm actually experimenting with, I've done water culture versus bark with my Phalaenopsis. I'm doing it now with my vandas as far as what is the best growing method indoors. I have bare root, I have one in water culture, and I have two that's potted up. And right now, the ones that is potted up is the best ones for me. They does the best for me. But I'm doing better and better at watering. Look, Eunice, this one has a kiki. I'm doing better and better at watering, but I'm just not seeing, any new root growth. I'm gonna show you the one that's potted up when I go back downstairs. But as this is my other Vanda. When your bare rooted ones look better than no. Well, I mean, I know this part does because it's a new orchid. It's new. I've had this for 2 years, so I mean, it's been a little wear and tear on her. But these roots does not look. That don't look good to me. And then I keep getting root burn. I don't know how they getting root burn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But um I don't know. I don't know. But this is my other Vanda, that was outside. She had gave me 4 flower spikes. But I kept having that problem with the only one of mine has flowered in 3 years and I have 7 big ones. Ooh, but yours indoors, right? I'm mine outside. They indoors now because it's winter. Yours, I mean, you grow all your stuff indoors. Oh, but your climate gonna be different next year. Yes, definitely try outdoors because even if it doesn't do anything outdoors, definitely when you bring it back in, it's going to bloom. It's going to bloom. It's going to bloom. It's going to bloom. But this is the dendrobium. I'm bringing it downstairs so you can see it because, well, oh shit. See, this is what I'm talking about. Stupid weeds. This dendrobium is on death's door, and I mean I already know what you're gonna say. Repotted, but your niece, this big mama jama. I don't know if you got a chance to see it or not, but I brought this summer too. Oh my God! Congratulations! Next week? No, you moving next week? Congratulations! Congratulations. I'm trying to get there, honey. But I think what I'm going to do is have me a grow room because I want to have like a grow room, prayer room, a woman's cave, something like that versus a greenhouse where it's going to be like really, really hot because my outdoors is a greenhouse. I'm in Alabama. All I got to do is put it outside and it's a greenhouse. But so I think I'm going to do me a grow room, but I can't wait to move. I mean, please pray for me. But yeah, Eunice, this a big mama jama. It's potted into this pot. I'm gonna try to get it out ASAP. I don't know if you care about names or not, but golden green. There's some beautiful dendrobiums. I'm gonna show you a video of it sometime this week of when they were in bloom. I'm finna go downstairs and show you this the dendrobium that yours came from. And the one that you said was dead. Oh no, the one that you said was dead, the one that's on the mount, those are, cakeys from the one that you said was dead. And it is dead as a plant now, but honey, the kikis that I have from it will live on forever. What did you just say? Show me that brown cane on the last dendrobium, please. Brown cane. I only saw, like the leaves falling off. I didn't see a brown cane. But I'm going back up there to see. I really don't, I don't really have any expectations out of this dendrobium. I had purchased it because it was so huge and it would be nice to go outside. It's just the leaves falling off. Oh, let me take a seat, honey. Oh, see, it's just the leaves. It's going dormant because I'm not doing anything to it. It has new growth over here that's growing, and this is my first time actually, seeing it. It's actually growing really well. I'll show you all of the canes because I don't see anything. You might have been, you might be talking about one of the sticks that's holding it up. Or you talking about, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see nothing brown. I don't see nothing brown. I don't see nothing brown. Fair pale your niece. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Fair pale your niece. Yeah, it was one of the states. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of lost interest a little bit after the flower spike had died. I was too mad because it had it's two different plants, and both of them had, skeptical, they had blooms, but I was really excited about the flower spike, and the flower spike is just gone to hell. So let me show you this dendrobium real quick. And I have a favorite dendrobium now. That purple dendrobium, that thing, it just keeps blooming. And I mean, it's a happy camper. I don't. I mean, this is my first time looking at this plant, to be honest. So we looking at it together for the first time. This is. I really ain't seen it since the summer. Here you go. Here we go. I know. I know. I know it's a mess. I don't know. I know. I know. So, um, it's in a long time, but I know that's a cane. That's a cane. Well, I'm trying to focus on this. See, it's still on here. See, I need to take these off because they started to lose leaves. I made a mistake and broke the cane like this right here. Is broken. Um, I don't. Oh, I think this little part right here is the top of it, and it has one. Yeah, it's three of them. One, two, three kikis, and I'm gonna just cut that off and just slap them in a pot. I will. I will. I was just hoping that they would bloom or, do something, honey. But the roots have started to die back, and it's just really gone downhill because it's full of weeds. These weeds grew in the pot, in the summer, and I never, got them out, and it's really just taking all of the nutrients. It even killed one of the kikis. I was so mad. This is a little baby kiki I wanted. I wanted it, and it killed it. And this is just a mess. This is broken. So that lets you know I'd have dropped it a few times. And I mean, I got enough kikis. I don't need any more kikis, but I do want to save, this one right here, this good big old cane, because that's my hard work. I put in the work for that cane. I put in the work for this one too. I want to salvage what I can salvage, but I don't know how. I don't know what. I mean, you see how far gone it is. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know, but I try to water it once a week or so. Nobody has thought about blooming. Oh, a new leaf. Okay, okay, but nobody won't put out any blooms. So let me show you my Vanda that I purchased at the same time as the ones that you saw upstairs. And let me show you how the root system looks, honey, when you pot her up, honey. Okay, this one didn't have any roots, honey. She didn't have any roots. And look at her. Feel you with the finger along the big cane on the nose to see if you feel any sharp nubbing. No. It did that, for a moment, like this right here. It did it for a moment and nothing ever came of it. I had, just a few of those little type of nodes, but nothing ever came of it. I don't know if it's because I brought it indoors, but I don't see anything, Eunice. I don't. And I think this is the one that, produces a flower spike. I could be mistaken, but I'm thinking this is the white one that produces the flower spike. But look at all these roots on my Vanda that's potted up. All of these new roots. Okay, and the leaves look the healthiest. Everything looked the healthiest. Roots even coming out of the pots. And this is another pot that I made. It's a clay pot, and as you can see, you don't see all that ooey and gooey on the outside of it. But yes, darling, yes, new roots everywhere. So I'm excited about this one. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited. Eunice, I think you'd have seen every orchid I got now, baby. So let me let you see the waterculture thing. So I kept all of the old roots because, this is my first Vanda in waterculture. I really don't know what to expect. The only, orchids that I have in waterculture is Phalaenopsis. And you can see the leaves are, compared to what we just saw, they're like really wrinkled looking. Let me see. That's the only new roots. They died back for some reason, or they didn't die. Well, yeah, they died back. Oh, shit. Hold on. Ugh. Get away from my drink, honey. Nobody don't want no dead roots, honey. And they cocktail, honey. That's not what we trying to do, honey. Oh, man. Something's not right, honey. Something's not right. Something's not right with this pot. I don't know. But and you still can't see no better than what it was. But it's still growing, so that's good that it's growing. But the root system is just, it's not doing it for me at all. But at least it does has new roots versus the ones upstairs has no new roots at all. So, but look how it looks kind of dehydrated, and so I put it in a different container today. So I'm hoping that it has a better outcome. My Cybidium, I'm learning that it likes, a lot more water, and I have to stop moving it so much. Dang, everybody gone. Um, oh, I wanted to show you my Dendrobium. I'm gonna let you go because you've seen um, all of my orchids. And like I said, I've been watering more, and I'm seeing a lot of, good stuff since I've been watering more. Like, since I've been watering more, a lot of my orchids, it's giving me so much new growth. This has, new roots since I've been watering it more and more. This is my Tobanice. So she likes a lot of water. And she's another plant that would try to bloom, and then, the flower spike just don't pop out all the way. I actually have, a couple of kikis that's been down here for a while that I have not, at least a month or two, and I have not done anything to it. But let me show you my favorite dendrobium in the whole world. I'm not even a dendrobium girl, but this is making me a dendrobium girl. Okay, I'm about to switch over, your niece. I'm about to join you. I'm about to join the dark side, honey. I'm about to join the dark side. So this my purple, this my purple dendrobium, and she just will not stop blooming, and it's not like she's blooming for her life. She's healthy. So we got the new buds going. I'm so excited. This cane, of course, is mine, grown in my care. What's that? Yes, grown, and this is actually the biggest cane grown in my care. It's amazing, Denise, how fast. Like, okay, it's amazing how fast they would grow a new cane and then shoot out a flower spike. Now, the only thing that's is time consuming is once the buds come. once this part, it's like a whole nother month after this. But just to get the cane and the flower spike and the buds, I mean, it's so crazy how fast it is. But yes, it's in spike. So this cane, and this cane is mine since February. I got it for my birthday, and both of those canes had grew after the blooms had faded, and I cut the flower spike. I had a new growth growing, and now when I cut the flower spikes, now I got a new spike, and this what I was waiting on, your niece. That right there, baby. You see it. You see it, your niece. You see it. Let me get it out so you can see the roots. Because I mean, the roots, everything about this orchid is just fabulous. And it's a grocery store, orchid. So yes, Eunice, I got another new growth. I would love for another one, but I'm not gonna be too, hard on it. But yes, a new growth. So by the time this one gets done blooming, that that one will be getting ready to bloom, and it's just so amazing. And the roots on it is amazing, and it's massive. You see those packaging peanuts? I hate them now because they messes up your root systems. But look at that, Eunice. Look. It's so good. This is, honey. Honey. This is my favorite orchid. Okay, do you hear me? Panama Red. This is my favorite orchid right now because it keeps blooming, and it has the most beautiful purple blooms that you have ever seen in your life. I'm gonna just put you up right here right now, baby, because I don't want to put you up wrong. But Eunice, I'm gonna let you go. That was all of my orchids. I got a lot of blooms and stuff. Oh, this is another dendrobium that I mean, I don't think you can help me with this. I think this one just dormant. No, this one got new growth too. Um, so this is what it, looks like. Nothing special. I can even remember what the blooms look like, to be honest. But this is how the one that I just showed you came. It came in one of these pots, but it was a pot inside. Oh, a new root. Okay. Give me something, honey. Give me something. Cause you see, it's in a really bad setup, and I don't have time to go through all that. I don't have time, Eunice. I don't have time. Keep me lifted. But it is a new cane, right here, and it's doing pretty good. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it's growing. It's not dead. It's a dendrobium. I'm not the dendrobium queen. I just, happen to have a favorite orchid. That's a dendrobium. Um, I'm not finna give you no whole update, Eunice. That's it. I love you. Oh, I forgot about this. I had a question, but this was my question, Eunice. But you're not a fail pal, so you might not know. But you might do, so that's why I'm asking you. And this is another pot that Mama created. This is another one of those orchid for dummy pots. You right condition for Phalaenopsis type dendrobiums. I don't know. Indoors dendrobiums, they don't do anything for me. Anything. I put all of my dendrobiums outdoors. And when I bring them indoors, it's all about, just trying to maintain them. Okay, just trying to maintain them. But I can't believe this one came indoors and is in spike and got a new growth from indoors. Like, girl, I got enough light indoors for you to do that. So I need help with this in this type of situation. When the spike grows, secretively, you see how it grew under the leaves? So it was no way I could, train it. And so now it's forming buds. I'm just wondering what your ideas is now. Um, I don't know. The only I saw Karina or Corona, Fair Pal Fifi, I saw her do something like this with her glasses. She had taped the side of it, but I don't even think that would work. You can still train it, just be, I don't know how. It is already hard, and I mean, I don't know how. Maybe like this and just push it all the way up. I mean, push the media back down and, hope it's okay. But I can't leave it like this because it's the buds is growing on the window, and it's winter here, and so it's going to be very, very cold, and so it's going to touch the window sill, and I'm scared it's going to blast. And this is my Sogo that when I moved it from the window, both of them had dropped like 3, 4 leaves, like the next day. So me moving it from the windowsill is not an option. Maybe maybe I can do it like this. Like once the first bloom start opening up, maybe I could turn it like that. What you think? What you think about that? Because you was talking earlier about turning orchids around, which I totally agree with turning around. I don't know why you told me to turn mine around, but I have learned, and I was gonna make a video about it, but when your orchid gets to leaning like this, well, no, that's not a good example. Let me show you who I'm really talking about. This honey, I mean, she's just Brian's orchid. She's falling out the pot. She's just, honey, she's not even in the pot anymore, okay? She's, honey, but she's, I can't lift her up. I mean, she's in there, and it's very hard. It's hard, but, we learn from our mistakes. I thought that this was cute, but it's really, a nuisance. Yeah, they like to hang, but I have had some orchids that I have been turning around, and for instance, this one, and now you see it's growing upright. I'm trying. This is one that was growing like that because it was outdoors on a mount, so it had learned to grow down, and so I'm training it to grow upwards again, and so that's basically what I've been doing, just rotating the orchid to keep it even. But like I said, that's a video to come. I'm still trying to make sure no adverse effects happen or anything of that sort. But Eunice, I love you so much, and thank you for talking to me. Did you ever get a chance to see my silver Phalaenopsis? What do you think about this? And Eunice, I did not forget that I'm supposed to purchase you an orchid. I did not forget. I just know that you said that it was not that deep to you. And honey, it's a long story, but it's a long story. But I got caught up in those birthday orchids. I've been buying people, everybody in my group of orchid all year. And not just me, people in my group, we all buy each other orchids. And it's been really fun to do and really exciting. Um, Let me show you this Untitled, and you could kind of tell me if I need to do anything to it. Oh, yeah, because I do. I mean, I might know the answer to it, but, I want to just see if, I'm right. It's trying to look better now. You know how when we go to the doctor and everything looks good when we go to the doctor? Here we go. Um, it's not showing it to you good. Am I in the way? I'm going to take it in the living room. Let me take it in. Getting something from other sides of the world is not easy. Oh my God, Eunice, you made me believe it was easy because, I tried to get the orchid for you, but I just couldn't figure out about the provinces, and I don't, y'all different, and I don't know. All I know is, here we got state, we have counties, cities, I think you guys was asking about jurisdictions or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I didn't know how to do the mail thing, but I was real close to getting it for you. And it is something I want to do. Did you see what Fab Pal Fifi had to say about me? Can you believe Fab Pal Fifi said those things about me? See, Provincens. When we talk about that here, I mean, the only thing I know about is, the police. Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, help me. Doesn't this mean that it's not getting, sufficient calcium? Look at this. I'm not the Unsidium Queen, magnesium. There you go. So what should I give it? Cal Mag? Epsom salt? I mean, I don't even know what I've been giving it, but it's massive. Falpel Heath. I mean, I'm sorry, Falpel Eunice. It's a new growth right here. It can take a while before it reacts. What you mean? So is it gonna get worse? Or you saying it takes a while for the magnesium I'm giving it to Okay, I'm gonna make sure I dope it up. Well, not dope it up, but give it a little bit more Epsom salt. But I have a new growth right here. This is really my first time looking at this one too. But new growth right here. A new growth right here. Um, those some roots. Um, um, it's so weird that all this white ooey and gooey stuff comes on these pots, but the ones that I drill the holes in, I don't have that problem. Oh, this a new growth right here. This the biggest. This a new growth. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But my question was, so you say give it a lot more Epsom salt. I'm not giving it enough Epsom salt because I don't like that. So that's what I was trying. I didn't know if it was because if it wasn't getting enough light. I was assuming it was getting enough light because the new growth is just growing. This the one I showed you from the back. So I purchased these this year as well. You see how that packaging peanuts that came from the bottom all the way to the top? I'm not doing the packaging peanuts no more. So if you know someone that tries to do the packaging peanuts, go ahead and tell them that, I mean, it's going to be a nuisance. It's going to be a nuisance. But thank you so much for talking to me for like 55 hours. We had a good time. Today was just such an incredible day. Um, it was so incredible. And I'm so appreciative. And Eunice, I can't wait till you see all of my blooms. I got a lot of stuff that's in spite, and I just can't wait to. Well, I can't wait to see them myself for one, but I can't wait to show it to you too. This is my most successful bloom season, predominantly because these orchids been in my care long enough. But this I have another Insidium. Yes, God, honey. I'm finna let you go, but I'm just letting you see it since you still on here. And honey, you like the fuss, so let me give you something to fuss at. Yes, she is still in the original pot. It takes all day, Eunice, and then look at all this. I don't know what to do, Eunice. I don't know. Oh my God, I didn't know it grew that big. Oh, it got a pseudobulb. I didn't have a pseudobulb last time I watered it. It was just flat and thick. Okay, pseudobulb. But yeah, so keep me lifted in prayer. This was a rescue. This wasn't even a healthy one. This was, a rescue. And it's doing really well. I just don't feel like going through all those roots. Do you think and I don't know how to pot them. I did real good with that clay pot, but it's so hard. I mean, do I pot it like this? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I got to stop getting stuff I don't know about. But I was, and I was getting it to practice, but them Oncidium roots is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let me give you a quick look at the little fish. That's Mama. My Oscars. They ate the rest of her kind up, so I had to get her out and put her in the community tank. It goes on a mount. Unsidium, I can't really imagine an Unsidium on a mount. I mean, I can't because it got so many bulbs, and I'd have seen you do it, when in the beginning, but I haven't seen what you can do now, which I can't even imagine. You probably, yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I was about to show you the hamsters. Cause you had told me that the dad was gonna be having sex with the babies and stuff like that, and I gotta do something soon. And what's so crazy? I was cleaning up today. I think it's one inside of there, but I was cleaning up today in my closet. Why did I find one of the hamsters in the closet? It scared the hell out of me. I was so mad. I was so scared. And my daughter, she had let one out and was scared to say something. There it is. I knew it was one in there. So I tried to count them today, and I counted 11, including the one that I found today in my house, rummaging around. So it's 11. As you can see, I upgraded them, just about time. I'm going to get them a bigger cage next year, but I'm actually try to start selling them next week because even if I sell them for a few dollars, honey, those few dollars going to add up. But it's 11 of them now. The babies, they got the size of the mama and the daddy, and the big babies or the new babies have hair on them now. Look at the little. Oh, excuse me. Look at the little baby. Look at the little baby. So yes, and I got them this type of stuff now because it got a pine smell to it, and they it's so many of them, and they so nasty that um I'm hoping that this holds me out till I get them a bigger cage. And I put this in the back of it. I tried to do the best that I can with what I already have, honey, until I'm able to get them something bigger. But like I said, next week I'm gonna really try to sell them. I'm gonna try to sell them one for 20 and two for 30. And like I said, honey, them little coins, the little coins from my pots, honey, these little coins is adding up. No, it's actually four generations, I believe. One, two. I mean, if you count the mom and daddy, it's four generations, but they have had babies three times. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know who babies. I don't know. I don't know. But I definitely don't want to get to the point you told me, which I really believe, because I would have never thought I would have two hamsters that would have turned into 11. And it really was more than that. The last time they had those babies, it was six of them. And then when I came back, honey, it was only like two or three. But that's all you need. I don't know if you grow house plants, but I suck at house plants. These the baby fish that I'm still mad about them. Oh, and I had a snail. I didn't even know I had a snail. I had to clean out these aquariums and stuff. I mean, yeah, I've been busy. I've been taking care of stuff. My house clean. I've been taking care of stuff. I've been taking care of business. But I'm gonna let you go. I love you so much, Janice. Happy growing. Get to watering. I think honey, I'm done. I'm finna go lay down. Until next time.